I took a little time today and wrote down on a sheet of paper everyone who you should tell you are going through a betrayal. And I wanted to share it with you. So for those of you that have discovered an affair, discovered infidelity, discovered your spouse is a sex addict or what have you, discovered anything at all where they committed adultery, they cheated on you, these are the people that you really should tell. So here it is. You don't owe anyone a dang explanation in any way, shape, or form or capacity regarding your relationship or marriage. Now, let me just say this. Are there people that you may want to tell? Okay, number one, coach, counselor, therapist, what have you. Depending on your circumstance or situation, you could confide in your religious leader, a priest, a father, a pastor. Depending on your circumstance, possibly if you wanted to share it with your boss. And the reason I say that is because sometimes we need time off from work and we only have certain amount of, whatever, grieving days, PTO days, vacation days, and we are just in the fetal position on our bed and we need more time. The boss might try to do everything he or she can, but they just can't take just because I need it. And so, you may want to consider sharing this with them. You don't have to, but if you feel like they're safe, you trust them, you feel close with them, and it would help out you needing time off, that's someone. Next thing is a close friend or family member, but here's where it gets tricky. I can't tell you how many times that friends or family members, number one, have the best intentions, but not the best words. And oftentimes they can say something that'll hurt you. Number two, I talk to people every day who are, 2 years out of their affair, 5 years out of their affair, and they're working things out and things are great. And now they're no longer friends with somebody who they told, and their friends are now sharing that secret with somebody else. And so, you want to be very, very, very selective and careful in who you tell. So who you need to tell? No one. Who you should tell is a different story, but just be very careful in who you tell, because once you, it's like bringing a pillow on top of a mountain full of feathers. Once you dump that out and it scatters in the wind, you can't ever collect that and bring it in. So be very careful. And I know one of the first things you want to do when you find out is like, oh my God, I'm lost, I'm scared, I'm fearful, I don't know what to do. Let me call my mom, let me call my dad, let me call my friend, let me call my cousin, let me call my neighbor, let me call my boss, let me call... And then next thing you know, it's like, okay, you have a slightly different perspective a couple of days from now, a couple of weeks from now, and you're like, I wish I didn't tell anybody. This is my business with my partner, my spouse. We're working on it. Or even if you're not working on it, this is my business, my life. And now I regret telling people. So tell people if it serves you, and it's gonna serve you, and if there's little to no fear of anything, coming back to you in a negative way. But you don't owe anybody an explanation for anything that goes on in your marriage and life.